Da, 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 da. If you're anything like me, you may tune in at different times of day. So good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. So my name is Nick Dunning. I'm the creator of Total Audition Magician, the author of NLP for Actors, and the Action Club for Actors, which is a really interesting event that's happening now. So I wanted to talk a little bit today about what my basic perspective is on coaching for actors and how I believe we're all created. You may have noticed that my site, nickdunning.com, I call it a pearl diving center for actors because it's about diving deep inside ourselves, because there's a place inside ourselves where everything works absolutely perfectly. And everything is completely easy, very calm, and very peaceful. And then stuff happens and everything goes all completely crazy. And, then we all need to look at ourselves in a different way. So I wanted to share with you a metaphor that one of the coaches that I follow, a guy called Michael Neal, uses. And I think it's just the most wonderful thing. It describes absolutely how I feel about the way we're all created and what my work is about. Imagine this: when you're born, and if you imagine looking into the eyes of a newborn baby at the moment, first thing you do is you see this kind of openness, you see this joy, you see this kind of limitless, sort of unbounded creature. I don't know if you have kids or if you've seen, but that look that they have, which is they just have this kind of openness to anything. And they'll stand up and they'll fall down and they'll do all kinds of things and they'll run risks and they'll test and they'll just fly because they don't know anything. And we're all like that when we sort of, when we're born, we all grow up like that. There's a kind of this pearl, a unique center to ourselves, which is just immaculate. And then what happens is the socialization happens, that as we go to school, people then start saying, now be careful what you're doing. Parents chip in. Now, is that really a good idea? I don't think that's a good thing. I think you should hold back on that. Don't go out there. Don't take any risks. Don't talk to strangers. Be careful what you're doing. Watch out. Be warned. And then you have events and you learn about those things. And you develop what I call your socialization, your psychology, your psychological approach to the world. And as you get a bit older, you do these things. Then the pearl starts to change. The pearl starts to have this stuff, kind of like starts to stick on it, like mud, like sort of black mud that sticks around this pearl, and the pearl becomes kind of, heavier and less fluid and more rigid. And then as we continue and we start to condition ourselves by repeating from this, all kinds of behaviors from this perspective, what happens then is the brain learns that this is the way we want it to be and realizes that all of these behaviors are kind of helping us to achieve things. And they become conditioned in and drilled in at the unconscious level, so much so they become habits. And then it's like nail varnish is spread on top of all of this, because it's hardened in and it becomes brittle and sharp and tough and impenetrable. And suddenly there's a little part of us inside, the little pearl is going, hold on a minute, I can't see anymore. What's going on? What's happening? And so my work as a coach and everything that I do on my site, nickdunning.com, is all about helping us to rediscover the pearl so that we can dive inside ourselves to the place where everything just works naturally, easily, and effortlessly. In fact, you can probably feel that now inside yourself. Because as I do like to say on the site a lot, you are capable of far more than you think you are. Because you are far more than you think you are. So if you'd like to learn a bit more about the kind of stuff I do, jump on board at nickdunning.com. And there's lots of free training up there, and I'd love to see you guys. So come on board. And thanks very much for listening. Bye now.